Morning, everybody. This is Joe at Second Chance Scooters, and today I'm talking about the 1980 Vespa 100 Sport. This was the last small frame in the U.S. line of scooters at the time this was being sold. It was, I think the 100 Sport came in around 78, ended its run around 81. Pretty much all American Vespas at that time, except for maybe the Bravo, Chow, Grande Boxer mopeds. It pretty much pulled out of the U.S. market. One of the reasons was even from the early 70s, as Vespas were coming into the United States, which had been coming in since the early 50s through the Sears Allstate line. By the end of the 70s, or actually the beginning of the 70s, the U.S. safety regulations were, as you know, with cars at the time, every year there was something implemented new. Reflective rear tail light, reflectors on the fenders. All Vespas had to have two secondary kind of a kill switch, a safety kill switch besides the key. You had turd signals that were mandatory, which ushered in the use of a battery. And then all the problems, or not problems, but just the particulars that came with that in the later productions of the U.S. Vespa models. The 100 Sport definitely shows almost every specific element of that with plastic handlebar switches, the pod style turd signals, which you see, the horn, which is 12 volt battery operated, that was derived from the Apays. So no other Vespa except for the US Vespas have these large horns. And the 100 Sports, the other one that I know of that had a 12 volt large 170 millimeter horn. Actually, the frame itself with the US style battery door on the side, this was derived from the Piaggio's Elistart Vespa 50, which was a small frame that didn't have a kickstart lever. It had two 6-volt batteries in series that would give enough amps to use an electric starter to start the motor. And very short run, never really kicked off, really expensive, and we never got it in the U.S. And I've never seen one in real life, but I know they're out there. If you look up Vespa Elistart, you'll see exactly what that is. And that frame usage that came up with this left side battery door later became the U.S. market model small frames, just to allow for a battery and turd signals, stuff like that. But other than that, these are great bikes. They came in two different colors. They came in like a navy sand khaki beige, or this basil pine air freshener green. And this was kind of like the introductory scooter at the time. If it beats walking back then. If you weren't buying a P200E, and you just wanted to get around, or if you were a teenager or a college student, you ended up with something like this. Most of them through the late 80s, early 90s just got destroyed. It's kind of one of those things that they didn't have any value back then, so they got jumped off of curbs, cut up, holes drilled into them, spray painted, covered in skateboard stickers, anything you can imagine. But every once in a while, I get word, or I get in contact with somebody that's uncovered one, and this is a good example of one that basically had been derelict for a couple of decades, really. I have the plate for it, which was last registered in 91. It's a California blue plate, 6-digit. So that's how old this bike is and how long it's been sitting. When I got it, it had a little less than 2,500 miles on it. You'll see in the pictures that I have on Bring a Trailer on the auction that the front fender had got some small cosmetic damage, and somebody had kind of hammered it back out, straightened it as much as they could, but like I said, they weren't really desirable back then, so nobody really cared. So I had my professional painter color match it and did a perfect dead-on job. I mean, if you're sitting here in real life with me, you wouldn't be able to tell. It's that good. Other things. It's 3-speed. It's a 100cc. The flywheel on this, being a 12 volt, was pretty much identical to the ET3 Primavera flywheel system. So one of the good things about the 100 Sport is you can basically just take out the original 12 volt points and stator and then install an ET3 electronic ignition. And that can be done simply. You can get those parts from, if you're on the West Coast, Scooter West, Motorsport San Diego, East Coast, Scooter Mercado, out out of Georgia. Great places, great guys down there for scooter parts. Lots of stuff are available for pretty much all scooters nowadays. And yeah, it's a Survivor. You see in the pictures and the videos, I've gone through the motor, done all the stuff that you would need to do on an old scooter. Actually, when this bike came in, it ran and started just fine. There was a small electrical problem in the left turn signal, which was popping the fuse, which I'd found that somebody had gone in there and reattached the wire and did not shield it and didn't solder it, so it just made a hot, straight ground. So as soon as you turn the key on, it blew the fuse. After some investigation and going through it, I found a bare chafed wire, replaced that, sealed it all back up. It's been super straight ever since, which you've seen in the video of me demonstrating all the electrics and stuff like that to it. Yeah, other than that, you know, it's up for grabs, no reserve. It'll be a great bike for somebody that's never had a Vespa before. Lots of smaller guys, girls love these. I love small frames. I've had more than I could count. They are a perfect example of what you can do with power to weight ratio. If you're not familiar with Vespas at all or small frames, just Google hot rod small frame, you know, Vespa 50, Zuri, stuff like that, and you'll be amazed with what they can do with these things. They're basically chainsaws on two wheels. But yeah, this one's a great original paint, except for the front fender, which we discussed. But other than that, it still has the foil Santa Cruz dealership sticker on it. It's still got the Piaggio America running stickers, all that stuff. Keys for the locks, new battery, well, not new, but the original Chev headlight ring, Chev headlight, all the stuff that was U.S. market only is still attached to it. It's all working. That's the only thing I've discovered was this being a sealed American headlight bulb. All the previous models, the American Primaveras, not the 100 Sports, the Vespa 90s, the Vespa 125 Primaveras, they had similar headlights at the time. The U.S. Safety requirements were that the headlight had to be sealed. Where if this bike was in Europe, this was an Italian original Vespa small frame, it wouldn't have the turn signals, it wouldn't have all the horns, stuff like this, and the headlight would be a bayonet style, would be removable. So if the bulb goes out, you can change it. This one, sealed, and being a 100 Sport, it's the only one I know of that's sealed US 12 volt. Most of them that are out there are sealed 6 volts. Rally, 200, all the previous small frame Primaveras. So in this one, I noticed the low beam element is out. High beam works. Indicators on the headlight, on the headset works. There is a conversion available through Scooter Mercado or Scooter West, and it's just a headlight assembly that allows you to swap off the bulb in the back bayonet style. They're like $40. I just haven't done it. I'm a big sucker for originality. This has got the Chev marked, headlight. The high beam works fine. The back foil of it is mint. It's just a beautiful looking headlight, in my opinion. And I figure most people that are going to own something like this, it's going to cruise the cul-de-sacs. It's going to be a Sunday rider. You're not going to get rid of your minivan and start taking the kids to school in this thing. So anyways, yeah, it's a no reserve. Bring a trailer. Anybody can take it home. It's in San Francisco, California. Second Chance Scooters. If you have any questions, let me know.